everybody. It is Wednesday. How are you this evening? Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Wednesday. Yes, it is. Of week 55-56. Welcome to Wednesday. Nebraska Angie's here. How are you, Angie? Great to have you here live, my friend. Great to have you here. I hope all is well with you. Tell me, everybody, what are you grateful for on this Hump Day? Hump Day, people. It is Hump Day. It is, and we are grateful to have you here on Hump Day. I'm grateful to have you here every day. I am grateful for you every day, each and every one of them. But, you know, we made it to Hump Day on week 55-56, and that is a good thing. That is a good thing. We're here at the halfway point where we are making it over. We're going to go over that little hump. We are going to go over that. We are. We are. We are making it happen. We are making it real. What are you grateful for? The customers were out today. That is a grateful thing. I am happy about that. Always excited to see the customers in store. And in store strong today. So that always makes me smile. And sometimes that's an even better thing, you know, when Easter's early, sometimes that throws things off. So the fact that they're still out there after Easter and they're excited to be out is a very good thing. A very good thing on this Hump Day. So that is very, very good. But what is good in your world as we navigate this week? Tell me about your happenings and what is happening there with you. So that's what I want to know. That is absolutely 100% I want to know. So and hear what's happening. I don't know if I'm having a Facebook comments problem tonight because I'm not. I feel like I've got you all there. Hang on one second. I'm going to bring up one other screen here just to make sure because I feel like I have I'm not. That Facebook is hiding on me tonight. See if I can get one other screen up real quick. There we go. Yeah, Facebook's hiding comments on me. I'm trying to get it up here. Let me see if I can get another device up here. Hang on one second, guys. Can I get another device, please? I need another piece of electronics. I'm not getting Facebook comments on my screen. Okay, hey, bear with me for 1 second. You guys are all talking to me, and my screen is just showing me nothing. But I am grateful to have you all here. I know that you're tuning in. I can see it on a screen that's way, way over there, but it's not close by. But my peanut gallery is going to get me another set so I can see. I am glad that it is at least working. Thank you. There is swipe left. Ah, there we go. If I swipe the right way, I can see everything. So, hey. Hey, Adele and Dazzle are here. Adele got her first dose of vaccine. Congratulations, Adele. That is great news. We had a few of our employees get it today. That is great. We did have a great dinner last night, Kitty. Thank you. It was really we needed that time to decompress a little bit yesterday. Yesterday was a day. Oh, you're in Florida, Angie? I thought you were in Nebraska. I've lost track of where you are. Where in the world is Angie Hulus? That's a game, right? I mean, yay, Rose! That is great news. That is great news. That you are seeing one that you had a great sales day both yesterday and today. Now all of a sudden I'm getting comments. I'm starting to get comments all of a sudden on my main screen. You gotta love Facebook sometime. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Great to have you here. Rose, that's awesome. Great sales day, 2 days in a row. Even better, the excitement that your customers are sharing. The excitement that your customers are sharing with you is truly awesome. Hey, Kelly's with us in Arizona. Happy hump day, Kelly. Well, it is great to have you all here. It seems like Facebook has started working again for me, and it's working for you guys. So let's get this puppy started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this day each and every day. Tonight, if you're following along in the book, we're on page 56. Oh, not this one. Good morning, you Russian nesting dolls. Not going to say the word that they put in there. You carry so many versions of yourself around inside you. Take a seat, chill for a moment. What did I say? I said Arizona. I don't know why I said Arizona. Kelly, I know where you are. I know you're in New Mexico. Versus old Mexico. I know where you are. But it's been that kind of day. It's been that kind of week. It's been a weird week, and I feel like I'm running around a little bit and getting stuff done. Today I was actually out this afternoon. I snuck away. I love that, Rose. I love that, that you're running that vaccine special. I mean, it's taking a page out of the big guys. Only, let them complain. It's about keeping your community safe, keeping your store safe, encouraging safe and responsible behavior. So I'm all for it, Rose. That is great news. So I'm glad that it has also been a spur of positivity and a spur for sales. But I'll give you, it's been a weird week. I mean, I'm happy for the sales, but it has been a weird week. I was able to get away from my desk for a little bit this afternoon to actually do some shopping. I was doing shopping for myself. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Great to have you here live tonight. I was out shoe shopping, which no matter what you think, I am not a good shoe shopper. Take your worst person shopping for shoes, and I fully admit that I am that much, then again, the worst shoe shopper. Double it, triple it. I have a terrible time finding the right shoe and the right level of comfort in shoes. So I was out this afternoon trying to find shoes, and I finally succeeded. I came home with shoes, and some shoes are being shipped to me. So that should make my feet happy and my peanut gallery happy. So that should make everybody happy tonight. But that was a project. And then I saw a continuation of yesterday. I mean, it's got to be. I think it was you, Kelly, that mentioned it. Is there a thing in the air with the dumb guys this week? Stupid shit. I mean, I'm out shopping, and I wanted to smack this guy, much less this guy's wife. I mean, and granted, I could be taking it out of text, but the look on her face when he's like, I don't know how you ever held down a job before, as she's pushing the stroller with the kids and has a kid hanging off of her and everything else, and he's doing jack nothing. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the model of good guy, but I've seen a lot of stupid this week. A lot of stupid. So yes, if you start with comfy feet, Michelle, the rest of you, when your feet feel good, your whole body feels good. So there you go. When your feet feel good, your whole body feels good. But I'm rough on my shoes and it's hard, and that's why when I do find some that I like, I buy some, and so hopefully they still feel good tomorrow. Hopefully they still feel good tomorrow. But I bought some. After much trying on today. But there's a lot going on out there, people. So let's get started here tonight. What do I got for you tonight? Well, I'm going to start with this one tonight. I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to start with this story. Think about this and let it really sink in. And then choose how you start your day tomorrow. Jerry's the kind of guy you love to hate. He's always in a good mood and always has something positive to say. When someone would ask him how he was doing, he would reply, if I were any better, I'd be twins. He was a unique manager because he had several waiters who had followed him around from restaurant to restaurant. The reason waiters followed Jerry was because of his attitude. He was a natural motivator. If an employee was having a bad day, Jerry was there telling the employee how to look on the positive side of the situation. Seeing this style really made me curious. So one day I went up to Jerry and asked him, I don't get it. You can't be a positive person all of the time. How do you do it? Jerry replied, each morning I wake up and say to myself, Jerry, you have two choices today. You can choose to be in a good mood or you can choose to be in a bad mood. I choose to be in a good mood. Each time something bad happens, I can choose to be a victim or I can choose to learn from it. I choose to learn from it. Every time someone comes to me complaining, I can choose to accept their complaining or I can point out the positive side of life. I choose the positive side of life. Yeah, right. That's not so easy, I protested. Yes, it is, Jerry said. Life is all about choices. When you cut away all the junk, every situation is a choice. You choose how to react to situations. You choose how people will affect your mood. You choose to be in a good mood or a bad mood. The bottom line is your choice how you live life. Hey, Jennifer, great to have you here. I reflected on what Jerry said. Soon thereafter, I left the restaurant industry to start my own business. We lost touch, but I often thought about him when I made a choice about life instead of reacting to it. Several years later, I heard that Jerry did something you're never supposed to do in the restaurant business. He left the back door open one morning and was held up at gunpoint by 3 armed robbers. While trying to open the safe, his hand shaking from nervousness, it slipped off the combination. The robbers panicked and shot him. Luckily, Jerry was found relatively quickly and rushed to the local trauma center. After 18 hours of surgery and weeks of intensive care, Jerry was released from the hospital with fragments of the bullet still in his body. Saw Jerry about 6 months after the accident. When I asked him how he was, he replied, if I were any better, I'd be twins. Want to see my scars? I declined to see his wounds, but did ask him what had gone through his mind as the robbery took place. He said, the first thing that went through my mind was that I should have locked the back door. Then as I lay on the floor, I remembered that I had two choices. I could choose to live, or I could choose to die. I chose to live. Weren't you scared? Did you lose consciousness, I asked. Jerry continued, the paramedics are great. They kept telling me I was going to be fine. But when they wheeled me into the ER and I saw the expressions on the faces of the doctors and nurses, I did get really scared. In their eyes, I read, he's a dead man. I knew I needed to take action. What did you do? Well, there was this big burly nurse shouting questions at me, said Jerry. She asked if I was allergic to anything. Yes, I replied. The doctors and nurses stopped working as they waited for my reply. I took a breath and yelled, bullets. Over their laughter, I told them I'm choosing to live. Operate on me as if I'm alive, not dead. Jerry lived to give thanks to the skill of his doctors, but also because of his amazing attitude. I learned from him that very day that we have a choice to live fully. Attitude, after all, is everything. Attitude, people, it all starts up here. Where is your mental state? Where is your mental state? When you start that day, it is like I have said time and time again, especially when you open that store. When you turn on that open sign, it is showtime. But it's really when, like Jerry said, it's when you step out of that bed. When you step out of bed in the morning, you have a choice. You have a choice of what attitude you get out of that bed. Do you, another day, or you get out and you seize the day? It is your attitude. It is your outlook. You control that. You control that. You control how you face the day. And I love that story for that, okay? Because it reinforces, your outlook. Bad things will happen. Lots of bad things have happened, okay? I mean, we're freaking going through a pandemic. Lots of bad things have happened. But that doesn't change our outlook on them and the way that we look at them. And that is the lesson Jerry's story exemplifies, and how we look at things and how we control our day. And that's what's so important. That's why I say attitude, people, is everything. Okay, let's see what else is happening out there. A quote from Simon today. If we don't give things a try, nothing will ever get off the ground. If we don't give things a try, nothing will ever get off the ground. And along that line, and it really is, I like this statement. It was a one of those analytical type people. People can change well into adulthood. The person who emerges from quarantine doesn't have to be the same old you. Think about that. The person who emerges from quarantine doesn't have to be the same old you. I would argue that's the same for your store. The store that emerges from this pandemic, the store that emerges, the business that emerges from this pandemic doesn't have to be the same old business. The business that comes out of this, that seizes the world after this pandemic, okay, that is seizing everything to get to the other side of this pandemic, does not have to be the same old business. Google is revealing top shopping search trends. and releasing data on how consumers have been searching on its properties, including Google Search, Google Maps, and YouTube since the pandemic. Searches for local and business together have grown by more than 80% year over year. Searches for local and business, local clothing store, local furniture store, local consignments, those local as a key search term has grown over 80% year over year, including searches for local business near me, support local business, and searches for who has and in stock have grown by more than 8,000% year over year. 8,000%. Who has? Okay, and in stock. Okay, so that's huge. 42.5% of YouTube viewers say they watch to see product demo before buying something. In addition, YouTube viewers say they are twice as likely to go in store to buy something they saw on YouTube versus the competitive average. And searches on Google Maps for curbside pickup, and this isn't a huge surprise, have increased 9,000% year over year. And searches on Google Maps for gift shop. Any of you have gifts? Gift shop have grown by more than 60% year over year. More generic searches have been restaurants, hotels, gas, food near me. The top branded searches on Google Maps have been Walmart, Starbucks, Home Depot, Target, McDonald's, Costco, Chick-fil-A, Walgreens, CVS, and Bank of America. But those searches, those generic searches, are a gold mine for you in your tagging and doing things of your store. Okay, so including local in your tagging, in stock. These things are things that people are using in their search terms. You sometimes wonder how people find you and what they were typing into the great Googler in the sky, what they asked the Googler. I think of, and I'm dating myself, I think of Karnak, okay? And I know some of you know Karnak, okay? I know I'm not the only one that knows Karnak. Wonderful resale store. Local business near me is when we open the envelope, okay? That's what I'm thinking of. What Google does today is what Karnak did back in the day. But, again, I am dating myself. Yes, Kitty. Thank you for not making me feel old. I still enjoy. We have some Johnny Carson DVDs, and there's some of that, some of his best ofs you just can't beat. Joanne Nussbaum, she knows who Karnak is. Hey, Joanne, how are you? Great to have you joining us tonight. Let's see. Johnny O, the direct-to-consumer venture capital-backed company is doing what? What could be Johnny O? The direct-to-consumer menswear brand is opening its first physical stores, and its venture capitalists are saying we need to open more physical stores. What? More physical stores? Retail's dead. The storefront is dead. It's only online. No. Wall Street is betting with its wallet that brick and mortar is anything but dead. Anything but dead. Anything but dead. take some of that. Hang on one second here. Yeah, Main Street is anything but that. It's all about, that is where Wall Street is putting their money. So don't let this all get into your head. Especially this next article. Okay, UBS, okay, the investment house, says more than 80,000 store closures are likely in the next 5 years. Whoa! With e-commerce up dramatically, some 80,000 stores could close over the next 5 years. This has been all over the financial news the last couple days. 80,000 stores. Well, let's put that in perspective. In perspective, they're using the historical average. Okay, the historical average of 15 to 20,000 stores closing a year. What they're leaving out of that story, and this is where you got to read beyond the headlines. This is where you have to get educated. You can't get in the doom and gloom of the news. The news is doom and gloom. That headline is awful. Why would anybody open a store? What is Johnny O thinking? What is anybody thinking? Leave, run, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. They are leaving out how many stores are opening, okay, which have kept pace or exceeded store closures historically over the last 10 years. So, I mean, it is some, which half of the cup is full? Is the cup half full or half empty? And these stories boggle my mind, but it was an early thing that I learned in accounting school. I mean, this story is not wrong that 80,000 stores might close, but it leaves out the entire picture of what is happening in retail and where consumers want to shop. The same reason Johnny O's people are putting their money into brick and mortar, and so many others are as well. But what I learned in accounting school, when I was sitting there in accounting school one day, and I'm sitting in the back, and I'm paying attention, and I'm learning that numbers tell a story, okay? And you can take the exact same numbers, okay, to tell two entirely different stories, okay? And both of those stories can be true, okay? It is like what I started this with, okay, with was it Jimmy? Jerry. Okay, the story I started with Jerry. Okay, what his outlook was on this. Okay, it could be entirely different. He could have a completely different outlook with the same set of circumstances. Okay, with that same information, with the same numbers, with store closures, it leaves out store openings. It leaves out growth in existing stores. It leaves out buy online, pick up in store. It leaves out all the advancements and growth that you have made in the last year. It leaves out that the United States is overstored versus every economy in the Western civilized world. Okay, it has more square footage of stores than any place else. We're also a big country, but we have more square footage of stores than any place else. So don't get caught up in the headlines. Don't get caught up in the scroll of doom. The scroll of doom that Facebook is. Don't get caught up in it, because there's so many positive things going on. There are so many positive things. And speaking of positive things, and I don't want anybody picking on me for this, because I think this is a really good thing. Okay, you can pick on me, but take advantage of this. AARP. It's not just for old people. AARP is not just for old people. It's grandma's AARP is what I'm telling you. They are holding a class, a 6-part series actually, entitled Virtual Storytelling and Connections. And why is that important? Okay, because they are They are teaching you how to be great on camera. And I know many of you have pivoted to doing lives, but aren't entirely comfortable with it. Okay. And some of you have not done it at all because of fear of the camera. And other of you have staff members that are, but could be better. And AARP is actually doing this 6-part class, okay, to make people more comfortable in front of the camera. Okay. In the 6-part series, session 1 is tackling an imposter syndrome with the help of a prince. And transform your outlook on professional development, talent, and taking a chance on yourself with tips to tackle self-doubt, hurdles, and imposter syndrome on the camera. Session 2, confidence on camera. Enhance professional presence on camera and personal confidence in everyday life with tips that give the part of the brain that lives in fear a positive workout. Give this muscle some workout. Class 3, creating content. What makes it good? Learn tips to enhance the quality and effectiveness of the content you deliver through your communications and presentations that will make it stand out online. Connect with others on camera and the secrets to avoiding session 4, warmth and connection on camera. Discover the psychology of how to connect with others on camera and secrets to avoiding costly subconscious mistakes with immediately transferable insights. Session 5, video storytelling. How do you bring what's in your head, in here, to life on video? Learn tips for lighting, audio, and filming with your smartphone to create your own powerful video stories. And visual diet diversity. Turn the death scroll off, which is what I call it. The images we see daily impact us more than we realize. Learn how filtered photos and videos coming from every angle can change how you look at the world. This 6-part class series is being sponsored by AARP. But if you look at that list of classes and say, oh my God, how could that help my business? And how could that affect the impact the videos I do have? Okay. How can it affect how I portray the business I have? This series is really valuable. I encourage you to sign up for it. It's free. You don't have to be an AARP member. Okay? The link will get posted to sign up. Will get posted tonight in the NARTS private Facebook group. It'll be over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon tomorrow. But this is a very powerful class. When I saw this, okay, on Nana's incoming, I'm like, whoa, this is a wealth of business classes. I mean, you know how much you business owners would pay for classes on this, and it's free, and you don't have to be an AARP member? Okay, I mean, I was just like, this is a big deal. Okay, I mean, yes, they're trying to make seniors more comfortable with the camera, but it is all the same principles you use in your business each and every day, okay, to share your business with the world. And that is what is so important here. That is hugely important. So I just think it's a great resource, Kelly. I saw this in Nana's pile, and I'm just like, whoa. I'm like, mind blown. I don't know. I'm probably not doing the emoji correct. Mind blown. Because this is big deal stuff. Big deal stuff. Let's save that for another time. Other stuff going on. Our friends at the SBA have been actively. I had a lot with one of the top guys there today. We were going back and forth all day long, even while I was out shoe shopping. they have a lot of emails coming out right now. So you have to be on the lookout for the emails coming from the SBA right now. I'm going to work up some mock-ups. Hopefully I'll have them tomorrow. I've been working with the SBA to get official mock-ups because I started getting calls yesterday and late last night. Is this real? Is it fake? There's some of both out there. Okay, there are emails coming out supposedly from the SBA saying click here to get your EIDL advance and refill out this application even if you haven't applied before, that are completely phony. Okay, and there's other ones coming out that are legitimate for the EIDL, expanding your EIDL, that are and getting a bigger EIDL loan. There are ones that are legitimate for getting your EIDL advance. And really, and this is what I was part of what I was talking about with the SBA, knowing the difference between the real ones and the fake ones is difficult. I mean, it is hard. I have had some of both sent to me from people. People are sending, should I click this? Should I not click this? Is it real? Is it fake? You know, I want this money. I want the EIDL advance, the targeted EIDL advance, but this is a fake email. And a lot of them, like Rose is saying, came from SBA, both real and fake. Okay, it's really easy to say that it came from anywhere. And so the details isn't in the address as much that where it came from, as because most of you wouldn't know how to read the email headers and the underlying code in the email to see that it really came from a server at the SBA. The return email address for the fake ones does make it look like it came from the SBA. The real key is in where the links go and being very, very careful with that. But there's some real distinctions between the real ones and the fake ones. And I'm going to put together, I hope to get it done tomorrow so that I can post it, because it is very timely. You need this information. So I will work hard to get the examples posted tomorrow. I have examples of what a real letter looks like that is helping you get the EIDL advance if you are eligible. I have a legitimate letter that does that, and I actually have a fake one. So I can show both of those. I also have the letter like you received today, Rose, which I believe is legitimate. But I have the exact wording that the SBA is using. I have this directly from, I think he's like third or fourth down at the SBA. He's one of the top non-political people at the SBA. Okay, so his job stays when there's a different party in the White House. He gets to keep his job. Because he's not a political appointee. And I've been working with him, and he sent me several the examples so that I have that to create examples for people, because there is a difference between the fake ones and the real ones. And the fake ones look really good. I mean, I've had some really good fakes that you all forwarded to me. But there's some key distinctions in the real ones. There's some key distinctions in the real ones. And so I will work on mock-ups of that so that I can post those tomorrow night so that you know what they look like. And again, I'm happy if you want to forward, anybody that wants to forward me their email just to make sure that what they're clicking on is legit. I'm happy to check that. I've got a lot of computer tech behind me. And people that will help make sure that we're only clicking on legitimate links. So I don't want you to have any issues with that. And I don't want you to get caught up in a phishing scam for your data. And that's what I'm really, really worried about. I want you to get all the help you deserve to get. I'll also have some updated data this week. The money that the SBA has in the PPP is dwindling, so I do want people to get their applications in either first or second if they are eligible for that. I want them to get that money. It is not going to get. It does nothing looks like that. The government is off of relief now. Okay, but there's a lot of other relief out there, and we're going to have to talk about some of that because some of that is from the electrical, your utilities, and other companies that there is a lot of other relief money out there that's not getting pressed. But, the government is onto infrastructure and other programs right now and moving away from stimulus and relief. So, I don't see anything else happening from a PPP type perspective. So we need to look and work towards other things as we grow our way out of this. So I'll keep you all up to date on that. And but I do want to get these SBA updates up there so that you're not clicking on anything fake. The more information it asks for, the less likely it's real, I guess, is sort of my underlying thing. The more information that a email asks you for, the less likely that email is legit. The more fields it already has populated with all of your information, all of everything about you, and it's asking you to confirm it, the more real it tends to be. And that tends to be for normal emails too. A phishing email that says, "Dear Neil, I'm writing you," and signed by Kitty Boyce is less likely to be a spam email than an email that's just generic, that alludes to something that Kitty and I might have talked about at some point, but that we haven't, that isn't signed by her, and isn't, hey Neil, I wanted to update you on this. That's just in general with phishing. Phishing emails are less specific. But it's hard with this, especially where this really is a lifeline to your business. And so we will talk more about that, and we will talk more about whether you should or shouldn't get an expanded EIDL loan, and where that goes, although some of that gets really personal, and I'm happy to have that conversation one-on-one with any of you, because while we're all in the same boat, we're not all in the same place, and I really, really understand that. So I really understand that we're not all in the same place at the same time. And I'm seeing that, again, as we move across the country, as different waves of things move across the country. It's sort of like how Kitty tells me my future a couple days in advance. Whatever is happening in Illinois is my weather 2 days later. Sort of my sales flow 2 days later, too. So 2 or 3 days later. So I really do understand that. So we'll take a look at that. But you know what you can take a look at? You can take a look at everything I talk about. Everything I talk about goes over to nerds.org/resale strong by noon the next day. All the files, even the AARP thing I talked about, it'll be over on nerds.org/resale strong by noon the next day. But get signed up for that. That's a great thing. Everything is there at nerds.org. All the files, everything I reference, it's all over there at nerds.org/resale strong. Including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and yes, you can ring the bell so you know when a new one drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business, butcher, baker, candlestick maker, I don't care what industry there is, we can help them get to the other side, and we have helped so many. It's not about the industry. We are the most informed industry in this. We're very blessed with all the connections we've made. Hey, Heidi, where did you sneak in from Iowa? I think you're looking at me behind the corn. I don't know. I am here every night at More 8 Than Ish live in the Nards private Facebook group. That is where you find me. But if you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. Heidi, you make me laugh. I love you. I love you. Can't wait to get back to Iowa and see you. Find you in Cedar Rapids. Hey, Michelle, that's someplace I want to get to. Tonight, we're on page 56. If you were not here behind at the top of the program, behind the bookwork is where I was going with that. I mean, I'm behind the book. But hey, Heidi, you're getting me all confused tonight. Good morning, you Russian nesting doll. You carry so many versions of yourself around inside you. Take a seat. Chill for a minute. Our good night tonight is good night, you Russian nesting dolls. Stack them up and pack them in. You contain multitudes. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I have storms coming in 2 days, I hear. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, it's raining men party. I don't know. Isn't that a thing? Isn't that a song? I don't know when we'll party again, but we will party again. And when we do in person, I will be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at 4/8-ish, know that you, and you, but most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. It's time for dinner, everybody. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Raining check billionaires for you, Michelle. Have a great night.